So we are in a URANTIA book, paper 9.3.1, and the heading is number 3, the Universal Manipulator. So who would like to begin?
I can.
Right.
The Isle of Paradise is the source and substance of physical gravity. And that should be sufficient to inform you that gravity is one of the most real and eternally dependable things in the whole physical universe of universes.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow.
Gravity, yeah.
Big sentence, isn't it?
Big thing.
My God. Oh, could you read it again, please?
Yes. The Isle of Paradise is the source and substance of the physical gravity, and that should be sufficient to inform you that gravity is one of the most real and eternally dependable things in the whole physical universe of universes.
Wow.
Gravity cannot be modified or annulled except by the forces and energies conjointly sponsored by the Father and the Son, which have been entrusted to and are functionally associated with the person of the third source and center. And the infinite spirit possesses a unique and amazing power, anti-gravity.
Is that like the resistance or something?
Ah.
An amazing power, anti-gravity. Let's find out.
This power is not functionally observably present in either the Father or the Son. This ability to withstand the pull of material gravity inherent in the third source is revealed in the personal reactions of the conjoint actor to certain phases of universe relationships. And this unique attribute is transmissible to certain of the higher personalities of the infinite spirit. Anti-gravity can annul gravity within a local frame. It does so by the exercise of equal force present. It operates only within reference to material gravity, and it is not the action of mind.
Mm.
Hmm. The gravity-resistant phenomenon of a gyroscope is a fair illustration of the effect of anti-gravity, but of no value to illustrate the cause of anti-gravity. Do one more. Still further, does the conjoint actor display powers which can transcend force and neutralize energy. Such powers operate by slowing down the energy to the point of materialization and by other techniques unknown to you. That's me.
Beautiful. Oh.
Hmm.
slowing down energy to the point of materialization.
That's me.
I know, it's like it'll get better.
Yeah.
This is like, what? All right, who's the next reader?
I'll go.
Okay.
The conjoint creator is not energy, nor the source of energy, nor the destiny of energy. He is the manipulator of energy. The conjoint creator is action, motion, change, modification, coordination, stabilization, and equilibrium. The energies subject to the direct or indirect control of paradise are by nature responsive to the acts of the third source and center and his manifold agencies. The universe of universes is permeated by the power-controlled creatures of the third source and center. Physical controllers, power directors, power centers, and other representatives of the God of action who have to do with the regulation and stabilization of physical energies.
Beautiful.
These unique creatures of physical function all possess varying attributes of power control, such as anti-gravity, which they utilize in their efforts to establish the physical equilibrium of the matter and energies of the grand universe. All these material activities of the God of action appear to relate his function to the Isle of Paradise. And indeed, the agencies of power are all regardful of, even dependent on, the absoluteness of the eternal Isle. But the conjoint actor does not act for or in response to paradise. He acts personally for the Father and the Son. Paradise is not a person. The non-personal, impersonal, and otherwise not personal doings of the third source and center are all volitional acts of the conjoint actor himself. They are not reflections, derivations, or repercussions of anything or anybody. Paradise is the pattern of infinity. Ooh. I like that one. Paradise is the pattern of infinity. The God of action is the activator of that pattern. Paradise is the material fulcrum of infinity. The agencies of the third source and center are the levers of intelligence, which motivate the material level and inject spontaneity into the mechanism of the physical creation. Oh. Inject spontaneity.
Oh,
Ah,
I have no idea what's going on there.
no.
I can't get my head around that one.
no, not this time, but it will change, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what the Universal Manipulator, you know.
Mm.
Now he's gonna go into the absolute mind.
Oh. Well, that was a short one, wasn't it? Oh, they're short. They're all short.
Mm.
The absolute
Someone,
mind.
someone like a turn?
Alison?
Yeah, I'll have a go. I'm not feeling it,
Hmm.
but maybe I will be feeling it in a minute.
Yeah, I see you spiraling down with like, let's speak.
Hmm.
Ah,
Yes. Well, it's
the
good not to know.
absolute.
Like, can you accept that, you know? Like, just like in the Course of Love, it says, if you don't understand, just accept. You don't understand and
It's
move on.
it's just irritating me today. It is irritating me. But yeah, I can accept that I don't understand, and I can accept that I'm irritated.
Yay.
The absolute mind.
We welcome your irritation here because this is a place where we welcome anything that arises. Good, bad, ugly, and even magnificent. So
Yeah.
please be our guests and um,
There is an intellectual nature of the third source and center that is distinct from his physical and spiritual attributes.
Hmm.
Such nature is hardly contactable, but it is associable, intellectually, though not personally.
uh,
It is distinguishable from the physical attributes and the spiritual character of the third person on mind levels of function. But to the discernment of personalities, this nature never functions independently of physical or spiritual manifestations. I have no understanding. The absolute mind is the mind of the third person. The absolute mind is the mind of the third person. It is inseparable from the personality of God, the Spirit. Mind in functioning beings is not separated from energy or spirit or both. Mind is not inherent in energy.
wow.
Energy is receptive and responsive to mind.
Mm.
Mind can be superimposed upon energy, but consciousness is not inherent in the purely material level.
Wow.
Mind does not have to be added to pure spirit, for spirit is innately conscious and identifying. Spirit is always intelligent, minded in some way. It may be this mind or that mind. It may be pre-mind or supermind, even spirit mind, but it does the equivalent of thinking and knowing. The insight of spirit transcends, supervenes, and theoretically antedates the consciousness of mind.
Wow. It's amazing. When you look at that sentence right at the beginning, mind is in functioning begins is not separate from energy or spirit. Both mind is not inherent in energy, which this energy is receptive and responsive to mind. That almost feels like the will. The energy is more the will and mind is more the presence. I can see the polarity in that they kind of dance together. No?
Is receptive and responsive to mind. That sort of suggests to me that mind directs energy.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Yes, and that is just responsive to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Same as like you have a thought and then you have a response in the feeling body.
Is it like God is the mind, the spirit, and then the conjoint actor is the will creating the universe?
I would see it that way too, in some way.
Because there's a father,
Yeah.
God, and then there's the thought,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the conjoint actor, which is like from what I'm feeling. And the conjoint actors, I think there's lots. They use lots of different words for the conjoint actor.
Yes.
Well, the conjoint creator, are they the same or different?
Eh?
There's a conjoint creator as well, they mentioned. Is that different to that must be different to the conjoint actor?
I don't know.
We had to find out. It all comes to be understood.
Yeah.
If we are, get clarification, it would be really nice to get someone who really knows.
Oh, the next para talks about the conjoint creator.
Yes.
Really?
Exactly.
It's going to tell us something about it, is it? Hang on.
Whether we understand it's another question. I don't know. I think I really enjoy not understanding, not having to understand,
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes
like
it's good.
Yeah, because it's like
it's an element of just giving up and letting it be, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I reckon that's the whole purpose of it. It gives you all these concepts where you just don't know where to grasp.
Yeah.
Because that's
what
we have something, we grasp it, and nothing like, oh my God, I'm saved. Now I know the truth.
Yeah.
This is more like, you think you know the truth? Well, try this.
Yes.
So it trains the presence to go a little bit more, like being in the not knowing and in a state of getting to know.
Because I've grown up with the belief that if I don't understand something, I'm stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you're just really smart if you don't understand, because now you begin to open your receptive centers to the greater understanding, you see?
Yes.
I really like to know and understand, and it annoys me that I can't. And there's a part of me that feels like I do understand a bit, but I don't know if it's true or not. I think I understand sometimes what it says, but I'm not sure if it's true or not. I feel uncomfortable with that. Like, can't quite grasp it, as Cole says. It's
yeah.
But letting go of that is
yeah, because there's a pressure to know. Like
yeah.
No, which is like a guilt sort of thing. It's like, how come you don't know? You should be knowing this. Or like, no, I'm quite happy not to know.
And I think too, I feel like knowing is connected to controlling, because if you know something, if you think you know something, you feel like you're in control of a situation when you're in control of nothing.
Yes.
And so when there's no understanding, it's like, oh my God, I feel you can feel lost and as if somehow it's wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, it drives me to surrender. I mean, I had to drop so many concepts that I made up when I started reading this or listening to this. I was like, oh, maybe it's just not the way I think everything is. And I think that's what this is introducing so massive.
Yeah, because in a way, like as soon as I think I understand, that's the end of the story as far as that goes. It's dead. You know, you can't go to any deeper understanding because you think you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know something, but I don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as you think you know something, then you've put meaning on it. And what's the first lesson in A Course in Miracles?
Yeah.
There you go, lesson 1.
Or lesson 2, I have given everything I see all the meaning that it has for me.
Yeah.
Well, I do not understand anything I see.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, and it's such a beautiful triad because the first one is nothing I see mean anything. That is because I have given everything I see all the meaning that it has for me. And therefore,
Oh,
I don't understand anything I see. And even
Yeah,
these thoughts do not mean anything, number 4, right?
yeah, yeah,
So it dislodges this whole earthly sort of tight thought system that's just based on separation.
yeah.
yeah, I really got a new understanding of that now.
Yeah, see?
You know,
But it
because
can,
yeah, we
but
look at
there's
an
a,
object and we think we know what it is.
but there is a difference between understanding and knowing.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
what
okay.
this does for me, it generates an experience, and then that experience comes like you see more than you can see with these eyes. You have a revelation, and
Yeah,
then you know something. Then you it's not just you understand, but there's a knowing that did not come from a book. That makes sense.
yes,
Yeah.
Like there is a no matter how mixed up we get by the mind and not understand something or understand something. Above all that is something that's way bigger than understand or not understand. Like it's this
yeah,
exquisite presence that's behind everything that's just so, can just bow down to it for the lack of not knowing what to do with that.
yeah. Like no understanding is no longer needed.
Yes.
It's, yeah, or understanding is no longer
Well,
needed.
what does the course of love go on about? It's like time of learning is over,
Mm.
right? Time of learning the way of like, I have an information for you and now you have to store it somewhere. Now it's more like we're invited to enter into unity, and then unity begins to educate us in a way that this worldly learning system doesn't fit into. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's saying that we have to do the reversal of
It was
knowing
always in
ourselves as the
dislodging.
source.
Yes, it
That,
was always in dislodging the structure that you could have fall in. It's just like
yeah,
you know too much when you think you know, then you just your cup is full and there's nothing can fit in. So
Yes,
it's always about dislodging and emptying the cup,
yeah,
even emptying the ideas of what God is or what anything is. Because this is what's beautiful about this. This is throwing in things that we had no clue about,
Yeah.
right? We're
yes.
learning, we're introduced to something we're just in a stage of getting to know.
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
It's great not to understand it.
Mm.
Because I
uh,
think it also works as a whole. And you read some sections and read some section. When you complete the whole book, there is something that, no, gives some kind of quiet recognition of like, aha. But it's not necessarily a rah thing. Anyway,
No.
I don't believe. Maybe I'm just fasting too much.
No.
can I
Anyway,
carry on?
yeah, let's go on.
I just feel scared that I'm gonna think I know something and then cr- create an identity around it, and then I'm lost. But I know it's and I'm feeling it. Just this is discombobulating my brain.
Yeah.
Well,
Step into the feeling side of it in the realm of feeling, but when I think I know something, I just become a. I don't like myself when I think I know.
Mm.
Yes.
It,
Well, you
it,
become more lucid in that, it becomes more lucid rather than sequential.
yeah, yeah. It's a bit lucid at the moment.
Yeah. Lucid's good.
Mm.
And abstract, creation is more abstract than.
But fuck, I want to know. I just really want to know. There's a part of me that just really wants to know,
Yeah,
work it out. And
Yeah.
it's coming.
no, it's good that it's not. It's discombobulated. It's great.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I can feel the two, the push and the pull, and this Urantia has just turned my whole belief system upside down. What of what is
Mm,
good,
very good.
Yeah. I
floating.
think, we've
What the
obviously got like patterns in the mind or brain, and they need to be. We want new patterns, so
yeah.
it's like that.
And spirituality.
Like that.
Yeah,
Mm.
I just
It's,
thought
it's,
thinking
it's
about
what,
spirituality, like
mm.
this.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, it's nice.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Go, Kim. Oh, who is reading?
Who's next?
me.
Yes.
Alison's reading.
The conjoint creator is absolute only in the domain of mind, in the realms of universal intelligence.
Mm,
The mind of the third source and center is infinite. It utterly transcends the active and functioning mind circuits of the universe of universes.
Mm.
I like that
Mind,
phrase.
what's that?
I like that one, the universe of universes. That one does something to me.
The mind, that's cool. The mind endowment of the seven the mind endowment of the seven super universes is derived from the seven master spirits, the primary personalities of the conjoint creator.
mm,
These master spirits distribute mind to the grand universe as the cosmic mind, and your local universe is pervaded by the Nebadon variant of the Orvonton type of cosmic mind. Orvonton type.
mhm.
The Nebadon variant of the Orvonton type of cosmic mind.
Mhm. This is good
Yeah.
when you have a little bit of knowledge of this. It's good to watch that video again. The one
Mm.
where it shows all the different systems until it shows
Mm.
the entire super universe, and there is seven of
Mm.
those.
Yeah.
I
And
couldn't stand watching that video. I thought, oh, my brain's going to explode. So I
yes, it
stopped
does.
watching it.
You just go real slow because there is again, it's like this. It's so vast.
Yeah.
Even if you look at
It just, yeah.
if you look at this local universe, and then you just go like, oh my god, and then it just begins to open to more and open to more and open to more,
Mm.
and you just go, whoa, this is insane. But it will sink in.
Mm. Infinite mind ignores. Did I finish that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Infinite mind ignores time. Ultimate mind transcends, oh God.
Transcends time, yes.
Infinite mind ignores time. Ultimate mind transcends time. Cosmic mind is conditioned by time.
Wow.
And so with space, the infinite mind is independent of space. But as descent is made from the infinite to the adjutant levels of mind, I might as well be reading a medical dictionary or something. I have no idea. As descent is made from the infinite to the adjutant levels of mind, intellect must increasingly reckon with the fact and limitations of space. Okay. Cosmic force responds to mind even as cosmic mind responds to spirit. Spirit is divine purpose, and spirit mind is divine purpose in action. So mind is active. Energy is thing, mind is meaning, spirit is value. Even in time and space, mind establishes those relative relationships between energy and spirit, which are suggestive of mutual kinship in eternity. Mind transmutes the values of spirit into the meanings of intellect. Volition has power to bring the meaning of mind to fruit in both the material and spiritual domains. The paradise ascent involves a relative and differential growth in spirit, mind, and energy. The personality is the unifier of these components of experiential individuality. I might as well have been going blah, blah, blah in my own mind with all of that.
Just remember all the good times we had. Yeah. Be nice to watch some kind of video about this, where some people who've been doing this for a long time, give it some sense. I'll see if I can find something.
It feels a little bit to me like, we're going through all the different aspects of attributes of God and different levels of God and all that stuff. And it is slowly starting to come, to make sense. But this feels like the first time he's really talked about mind in such a way, and so it's given us a quite a big serving of ideas that I can't possibly understand all of it, or even vaguely begin to understand all of it, I don't think, at the moment. But it will come together.
It will come together, absolutely.
And I don't think it's that important that we understand all the ins and outs of how everything functions.
Yeah, that's not.
It's just that we're interested in it. It's like I can drive my car but know nothing about how the engine works and all the pieces work together. I've got a clue, and I can still drive the car, you know.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I'm going to read the next one. The Ministry of Mind. The third source and center is infinite in mind. If the universe should grow to infinity, still his mind potential would be adequate to endow limitless numbers of creatures with sustainable minds.
With suitable.
Thank you. Suitable minds and other prerequisites of intellect.
Oh.
I have a spell check agent here.
Yes, I was telling my daughter about Alison and I, how we do that. My daughter said, "Oh my God, they must hate you."
Well, you can't, it's sustainable and suitable don't have the same meaning.
Oh, yeah.
At least we can laugh at it. Imagine we will get depressed. In the domain.
I'm grateful I can say it and not be sitting there going, oh, I'm going nuts, they're reading the wrong words all the time and I can't say anything.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's beautiful. I love the corrections.
Because really, this is like reading, you know, when you first read John and Betty, you don't know what the words mean.
Yeah.
But you have to get them right. You can't just put in different words, you know. It's not going to work.
Yeah, I'm also a bit dyslexic, so I'm like, yeah, that's absolutely correct. You know?
Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Huh.
But I actually quite love that. It's kind of cute. In the domain of created mind, the third person with his coordinate and subordinate associates rules supreme. The realms of creature mind are of exclusive origin in a third source and center. He is the bestower of mind. Even the farther fragments find it impossible to indwell the minds of men until the way has been properly prepared for them by the mind, action, and spiritual function of the infinite spirit.
Oh my God.
No.
Fragments. Oh.
A unique feature of mind is that it can bestow upon such a wide range of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Through his creative and creature associates, the third source and center ministers to all minds on all spheres. He ministers to human, subhuman intellect through the adjutants of the local universes, and through the agency of the physical controllers, ministers even to the lowest non-experiencing entities of the most primitive types of living things. That's probably like us.
Oh, I was thinking of those little microbes that wiggle in the mud.
Yeah, us.
He talked about human at the beginning of that sentence, so I think that's not us in this case.
Yeah,
Not in this example.
Yeah, subhuman. What would subhuman be, though?
Subhuman would be, I don't know, like
animals,
monkeys. I don't know.
I don't know.
microbes.
How do we know what subhuman is? How would we know?
Yeah.
Trees? I mean, are they subhuman?
Yeah.
They're just different.
Well, according to the dictionary, it says a lower order of being than humans.
Yeah, but what is that?
Subhuman creature or person. I don't know. Here we go, definition. Zoology is the primate not worthy of a human being, debased or depraved. He regards all PR people as subhuman.
What?
What? Missed that.
That's what it says here.
What does it say?
He regards, I don't know who he is, all PR people as subhuman. It's just an example of using the word subhuman, I think. Somebody regards PR people as subhuman, and they've used that as an example in the, to understand the word. It doesn't really.
I mean, I'd be
gas,
guessing
yeah.
you're looking at amoeba and fish but I mean, that's all judgment, isn't it? What's sub?
Yeah.
Yes.
Below.
But anyway, I don't think we come to
They can go right for tangent that, yeah. Anyway.
Since the third person of deity is the source of mind, it is quite natural that the evolutionary will creatures find it easier to form comprehensive concepts, yes, of the infinite spirit that they do of either the eternal Son or the universal Father. The reality of the conjoined creator is disclosed imperfectly in the very existence of human mind. Why imperfectly? The conjoined creator.
So we can grow and evolve, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. The conjoined creator is the ancestor of the cosmic mind, and the mind of man is an individualized circuit, an impersonal portion of that cosmic mind. Wow. Whoa. I can get that. Whoa.
Cole's having a moment.
Yes, definitely. Oh, this is beautiful. It's one of those things where you hold the whole mind, imagine that mind as like a, kind of like an egg or something, and then suddenly it cracks and you enter into this next realm. I had the experience of that. That's crazy. Because
It's Easter.
Yes, that's it.
Ah, yeah.
You just suddenly enter into the next level, and then you just have to kind of wake up in that. It's like having experience, like having my first experience of light, and then a second one, and a third one, and a fifth one, and a 20th one, right? And I think if I compare the very last one with the first one, I don't think I could survive that if it happened right at the beginning.
Right, yeah.
Like, it would just have to drive me crazy. Because of the intensities. I think as we loosen ourselves up in from the density, like what Course in Miracles calls the purification is necessary first. It gives you this amazing journey of, loosening up the tension in a belief system. So you become more flowing rather than rigid. That is, of course, if you don't interpret Course in Miracles or anyway, now I lost my place.
You started the sentence, the conjoint creator is the ancestor of
the cosmic mind.
Thank you. I'll read it again. The conjoint creator is the ancestor of the cosmic mind, and the mind of man is an individualized circuit. Jesus, here it is again.
There we go again.
Love that.
Huh?
I like that.
Yeah. It just dislodges the, like it just pops up somewhere else. It's like, oh, there is a vastness that the cosmic mind, whatever, an impersonal portion of that cosmic mind, of that cosmic mind, as it is bestowed in a local universe by a creative daughter of the third source and center. I like that they have these feminine attributes. And I really wish they elaborated more of on those. I think they will somewhere. Because the third person in the source of mind,
it is the source of mind.
I'm sorry, yeah. Because of the third person is the source of mind, do not presume to reckon that all phenomena of mind are divine. Whoa. That's good.
Yeah.
Human intellect, here we go. Human intellect, this is something we're going to understand. Human intellect is rooted.
Totally.
It's totally rooted.
Rooted.
Oh, that's so good. Human intellect is rooted in the material origin of the animal races. Universe intelligence is no more a true revelation of God, who is mind. What? Who is mind, then is physical nature.
Then.
Can someone read that sentence for me?
Universe intelligence is no more a true revelation of God, who is mind, then is physical nature a true revelation of the beauty and harmony of paradise.
Wow. Wow, I'm really getting that. Perfection is in nature, but nature is not perfect. The conjoined actor is the source of conjoined creator is the source of mind, but mind is not the conjoined creator.
Is the source of mind. Right.
Mind on Urantia is a compromise between the essence of the thought perfection and the evolving mentality of your immature human nature. The plan for your intellectual evolution is, indeed, one of sublime perfection, but you are far...
Yeah, we get it.
But you are far short of the divine goal as you function in the tabernacles. What is that? I heard that yesterday somewhere, and I love that word, but what does that really mean?
It's something biblical. I can't remember. What's a tabernacle?
Look up. It is biblical. In biblical use, it's fixed or movable dwelling, typically of light construction.
Oh, yeah, it's like a...
Yeah. And then the other one is a meeting place to worship, used by non-conformists or Latter-day Saints, Mormons.
Yeah.
Tabernacle of flesh. I think it's just like that, function in a tabernacle, like some kind of dwelling of flesh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tabernacle, a mobile temple.
Yeah.
So we're mobile temples of flesh.
The one that will have to die to that will wear out.
Yeah.
Mind is truly of divine origin. and it does have a divine destiny. See, this is where the Course in Miracles is so amazing, because it takes you there through those exercises. It discharges your mind, your rigid mind, the belief system. And then without any effort, you find yourself in the next level of who you truly are. And even that will disappear by one point, because you can handle it. Mind is truly of a divine origin, and it does not have a divine destiny. And it does have a divine destiny, but your mortal minds are not yet of divine dignity.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So would they mean by mortal mind like the ego mind type of thing?
Yeah, I guess so. Well,
yeah,
even our developing minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Where the ego is falling away, but we're still not there yet.
Yeah.
Too often, all too often, you mar your minds by insincerity and sear them with unrighteousness. You subject them to an animal fear and distort them by useless anxiety.
Oh God.
Is that true, huh?
Yeah.
I do all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do that.
Therefore,
a lot of it.
Therefore, though the source of mind is divine, wow, that's it. Mind as you know it on your world of ascension can hardly become the object of great admiration, much less of adoration or worship. The contemplation of the immature and inactive human intellect should lead only to reactions of humanity. No, humility. See, now we're getting it.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's why they call us lowly creatures.
Yeah.
We think we're so advanced. Just look at the world, the world situation at the moment is Jesus.
Exactly, yeah.
It's so crazy. With all this advanced technology and everything, we're like in some kind of mess.
Yeah.
But it's just like little kids when they mess up everything, like it's go, messing with. We don't, how can we not do that? We can't not do it when we're just not developed enough. So we're so hard on ourselves.
That's where A Course in Miracles comes in. And, so the mind training begins. It begins with whatever religious teachings there have been. There's been an attempt to give the mind something better, to lift the mind up, to lift the soul of man up at least.
I mean, how amazing that we have such material in our hands.
It is incredible.
That it actually goes like, hang on a second, guys, we can actually give you some clues.
Yeah.
Not that you will fully understand them, but there are clues in this that are just like, wow.
Yeah.
I just got a picture of Trump as a big orange orangutan.
Sweetheart.
Running America.
Everyone has their function here.
It's hilarious.
Sorry. This is where I try one practice that, that would go a long way. Is like, how does Trump make you really feel?
I don't know. I've not gone there.
Yeah, that's a good one. If everybody could allow the true response rather than the judgment and condemnation,
Yeah.
yeah, and just
Mm.
use it to transform their inner sanctum by going like, what is that feeling that he brings up in you, that true feeling, not just reactions. Reactions we have plenty of, but what's the true feeling?
Mm.
When I did that first time, it took me 3 days to resurrect to that feeling, to be
Oh,
able to even feel it. I'm going like, oh God,
I
I
have used
I hate
I,
this in me. I hate this feeling in me so bad.
yeah. Mine is this useless anxiety. Like I hate that feeling the most, anxiety. I hate it.
Hmm.
I
And
hate it.
so this is the part of you hating you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think
Yes.
that it's like someone else's feeling because they appear to be out there because they've been pushed
Yeah.
out. But really, well, where do you find those some of those qualities in you? You might go like, I don't have them. And that's the denial
Mm.
because you couldn't be seeing this.
Mm.
So let's make that a homework. That could be fun. I think if a lot of people around the world would actually allow this, they would have a shift in themselves.
Well, that meeting that we had about, I don't know, 4 or 5 meetings ago, where I said something about the brutality and unmercifulness that I was seeing
Mm.
in the world. And I had to, and I, like it was really helpful being here in the group because I walked away going, okay, how is this relevant? What is going on in me that I'm reacting in this way, that I'm seeing this and, and
Hmm.
reacting against it? And I already talked to you about it, Cole, that
Yeah.
I suddenly realized that the person, for me, the relevance was how brutal and unmerciful I've been towards myself.
Beautiful.
And
Mm.
that was when it made it actually did happen for me when I saw that. And I went, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
And it's just like it says, only two reactions of humility. Like you just go, when you really find out these things about yourself that you could not see, like the unseen
Mm.
denial plays, or we're so profoundly defended in ourselves. Yeah.
yeah,
It's just you get the humility comes in, the surrender
yeah.
comes in, doesn't it? You go like, oh my God.
Well, I was able then to make a change of mind and say, I want to be,
Hmm.
Mm.
okay, I'm going to be gentle with myself. I'm going to be,
Yeah.
and to be reminded by you guys, which is, so valuable that what we're doing in our minds, what we're doing is reflected in the world, and that we
Mm.
can make a change
Yes. But find
by our own
out.
inner change of mind, we can
Yeah.
make a change. And
Yeah.
I'm seeing that in my brother coming to me and having that conversation with him. I'm already seeing it, is
Yes. It's truly miraculous
I'm not
when you.
saying I made that happen, but like maybe we just start to see more
Yeah.
of the divine instead
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
what we're putting on.
Well, try this one. Every living being has a heart.
Mm.
And then you take any person or any reflection in your world and just remember every living being has a heart. It does not necessarily mean they are united with it,
No.
but you begin to see their heart rather than the insanity they do,
Yeah.
you know?
And the remembrance for me of the prelude, the opening of the prelude, where it says,
Uh-huh.
"Pray for all those in need of miracles, and then it says all are in need of miracles.
All I know.
Pray for miracles for everyone. It's like,
Yes.
But for me, the absolute miracle is when you're shown something that was previously invisible to you about yourself. Like you saw that you were not merciful to yourself. To me, that's the miracle.
Yes.
yeah, it's been blindingly obvious my whole life, and yet it took that moment for me to see it.
You were blind and then you could see, like it's a miracle. Because we just absolutely can't see it. And it's
so when you find this feeling in yourself, you will just to remember the 8 steps, right? Like when you get to that feeling that you go like, oh, I don't want to feel this. I never ever want to feel this.
Yeah.
Begin to change your mind about that idea of I don't want to feel this, because not feeling that deprives you of your whole feeling realm disappears, and then you're left with your mind, and mind is no longer whole then. Yeah. And then when you start seeing in your mind how extremely resistant, like you rather die than forgive that feeling, then accept that feeling so it can evolve into what it truly is. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you look at Trump as a reflection of what's in yourself, he's like a master teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have many opportunities to,
Oh, a master reflector anyway.
Yeah. So it's not even like going and enumerate all the faults, but just finding like, how does this make me feel that this kind of personality is occurring in my existence?
Because there's no other way.
And
there's no other way to love people, is there? Unless you realize they're just showing you your own self.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You can't love them.
And I remember once I had a neighbor who was driving me nuts. And I just tried like, where is this person in me? And I was blessed. I was blessed by an instant answer. But funny enough, when I saw that quality in me, it was so profound. It was like it was dispelled in that moment. As soon as I saw it, there was a change of mind. I'm going like, oh my God. And in that it was seen. And guess what? That guy disappeared. He was living here on a property, right? And every time he had something to say, I would just go like, gosh, what the fuck is happening in this creation, right? So it really triggered the hell out of me. I mean, we're talking 20 years ago. And then he vanished. Like the minute I did it, he just somewhere in my mind, something went whoosh.
Right.
And he was no longer around. Like he was around, but I never saw him anywhere. I never found him. It was like he seriously stopped showing me this, giving me this opportunity to connect to myself, where I would, without him, would not ever go. But that's why our reflection is such an important aspect, and really not only look at what's my reaction to this reflection, but how does it actually make me feel? And then find the real feeling. That's the real art. That's the real art. And anything that comes within first 2 minutes, unless you really experience in feeling realms, anything that comes within first 2 minutes, I wouldn't even touch.
Well, I've had the same experience with my neighbour upstairs making a lot of racket.
Yeah.
And he sort of reminds me of my father, the way he curses and when he drops something and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I sometimes see him in the lift. And the last time I saw him in the lift, I think I saw him because suddenly he seemed sort of cute and adorable, I've never seen my own father in that way. Never.
Oh, beautiful. That's forgiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you did something.
Surprised.
Yes, but you did something, right? Like you changed something within.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like going out there and trying to change the world. I go like, no, this world is my reflection. It's
Yes.
not your reflection in many cases, because we all have our individual world that's vastly different. So you're the savior of the world you made. Yeah.
Yes.
It's always yours. So you have your particular neighbor, and I have my particular neighbor.
Mm.
They were both doing very different things.
This puts a new meaning on love thy neighbor, doesn't it?
Yes, totally. And be grateful, love your enemies. It's like,
Ah,
It's
learn
love myself.
yeah.
again.
It's love myself, love my
Well,
flaws, love
Yes.
it's love thy neighbor as thyself, I think is what it
yeah,
is. So, shit.
And if you
Yeah.
hate your negative feelings, guess who it is you are hating?
your neighbor and yourself.
Well,
You're hating
yourself
yourself.
especially, because you disown the parts of you that seem to be dark, and you just,
Mm.
put a presentation face on, and you go like, "There's only love." It's like, hey, how much do you love your hatred?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Jeez.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how much do you
Oh,
love your hatred if there's only love? Yeah, and then say, "Oh, they're not real." Haha, they real if they're occurring in you.
oh my God. I know that's how I dealt when I really saw the end of things with my first partner who I married, my ex-husband. That's that's how I dealt with the situation that I discovered what was going on. I could only deal with it by hating him. That's the best I could do, you know? But
Yeah.
it somehow saved me in a crazy sort of way.
Hmm.
But it's the best I could do. It's my highest place to go at that point in my life.
Yeah.
But it saved me because I would have gone up. I didn't go down into just falling apart and depression or whatever. That that helped sustain me, you know, in a way, which just seems crazy, but it's the best I could do at that point.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and that's all we can do. All anyone can do, isn't it?
All one can do at the given time, like
Yeah,
no better tool at that time.
yes,
Now I'm saying, hey, what about find out where that thing lives in you?
yes.
That is, it's such a profound revelation to really see that everything comes from us.
Ah,
There's a peace in that for me. It's like, oh,
yeah,
because I
Mm.
can change my mind about everything, and it will. It's like Jesus says in the Chorus, forgive and this will disappear. What?
yes.
Forgive and this will disappear. But
Mm.
you want to forgive? That's the good question.
I've been stuck on this ex-husband thing. I thought I've had these further long-term relationships after him, which I feel don't give me any issues. Still the original one where I've got well, there's something I'm not forgiving
Yeah.
and I haven't known what it was, but I think it's this hatred I went into to survive it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
That's what I have to
probably the
forgive them.
self-hatred there that you couldn't do any
Well,
better.
yeah, self-hatred. Oh my God. It's such a hard one to see that.
It is
Such a,
very difficult.
I mean, I got, when I first started reading the courses and I realized I had all this hatred, it was such a shock to
Mhm.
to realize it. But there's still more, obviously.
And the most
There's a
beautiful
lot.
thing, I find the most profound healing of hatred was just allowing it without
Ah,
hurting anyone. Just allow yourself to hate. At first it sounds like, what do you mean? Hatred is no good, but like give that full expression without in a safe place. When you just allow yourself that quality. So you're no longer resisting or separating
yeah,
yourself from yourself, really. Just
yes, it's
for
like
a moment, just allow yourself to
conscious,
hate. And then you will
yeah,
almost feel a relief.
yeah. It's like a conscious hatred as opposed to like
Yeah.
a subconscious thing.
Instead of like that, the people hate people who hate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the situation of the world. Those are the haters. We hate them, you know,
Yeah.
rather than going, hey, why are they appearing in your around you, in your vicinity? And what can you genuinely do to undo that? You know, and I find that when I express all my hatred, and it didn't take that long, that in that place where the hatred was, appeared something completely different. And probably the most profound love I have, you know, ever believed could be in that same place, like coming from the same source where the hatred was coming from previously. So yeah, I think this emotional intelligence, like the schools of feeling, are a necessary aspect that we're going to have to, and we are in a way. When I do Right Use of Will, I think it's a school of feeling rather than a school of thought, which Course in Miracles clearly is.
I thought it was interesting in that talk I listened to on the Luciferic thingy, rebellion, how there was an allowance for that to happen. And
Mm-hmm.
and it's as long as it takes, you know?
Yeah.
Like that was so
Mm-hmm.
A million years.
yeah, like but it doesn't matter because it has to play itself out and exhaust itself, you know,
Yeah.
like wow. And then again it could be 5 years, you know, like who knows? But
Yeah.
just the allowance for that to be allowed to happen.
And that really lines up very well with Right Use of Will, because Right Use of Will, you know, takes Lucifer very seriously there.
Yeah.
And it says, hey, you are Luciferian to the most minute detail, because we took that on. We still don't see where did it happen, but it happened in this sense of denial of feeling, because it's actually only a feeling, true feeling, that can recognize Lucifer.
Yeah. But you know,
intellect will, Lucifer is exactly what plays with intellect.
yeah.
But feeling is that one quality, God-given quality, that helps us to recognize what's really true and what it's not.
But you know, we're given it, you know, as long as we need to work through that in ourselves. Like to me, that's like amazing. You know, that we're
Wish I'd give myself a bit of a break.
exactly.
Myself, oh, I've got
Exactly.
time.
Yeah, we've got like a
Million
million
years.
years. What are we, you know, like, hey, relax. Yeah.
Yeah.
Accept
You know?
that it's really bad.
Oh, yeah, that was boggled my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what like I've had this thing about fixing up other people, you know. In the past, I've got to fix that person. This partner, I've got to fix them up. You know, it's me I have to fix up.
Exactly. But when you actually see it happen, like that's the miracle for me. When you heal it in your mind, and then that reflection begins to vanish.
But as long as you're trying to, you know, fix it out there's no hope. Like it's going to go on for a million years because it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yes. All right, guys, we done? Are we still happy to do one more? How is the?
We didn't finish it.
Yes, you did.
We did.
Yeah,
we went to the reactions of humility, and now
contemplation.
Oh, we did too. Yeah.
number 6.
Sure.
I'm ready for breakfast.
Yep, me too.
I'd love to go further, but I don't think I can either. You know. Ah.
All right, guys. Well, it was a tough journey, but hey, we came out good.
We did.
Still smiling.
Yeah,
Aye.
that's the thing. You might not understand it, but it brings something in you. You're like, oh, there is some kind of relief in this, isn't it?
Yeah, like we're not powerless.
Mhm.
Ah,
Beautiful. All right, guys, we'll be seeing you then probably on Tuesday, some of you.
Yeah, I'm going to come on Tuesday. See you there. More
Otherwise,
back
you
into.
are you on holidays, Anthony, right?
Yeah, but I've been busking. I've been renovating, and I really want to get the house finished this year. It's just
Oh,
been hanging over me.
nice.
I've been working and just really focusing my mind on it to get it done,
Mm, beautiful.
using my will.
you will get it
I
done.
will. Oh, something. My intention.
Regards.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining in. Really awesome.
Mm. Yeah, thanks everyone.
Yeah.
Lovely show.
See you soon.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, I'll do some love hearts.